Hello everyone, welcome to Gosport Railworks. My name is James, and today we're doing another Railworks locomotive review. This time we've got the rather beastly looking Class 57 in a network rail yellow. And yeah, it's a very nice looking engine just from the onset. But let's get all the boring stuff out of the way first. The product code and all that lot is 371656, Class 57 with running number 57312 in network rail livery, and it is DCC6. Let's pop that there. Inside the box, you get the usual detail pack, which is just various fittings which can fit onto the front buffers around that area. It does tell you where they are on the product information sheet, but first of all, the collector's club bit of paper and also the warranty, which nobody actually reads, so we'll be popping that over there. Right, the product information sheet. On one side, you got the exploded diagram, which tells you all the parts which you need if you want to actually build one of these. It's got one big motor in the middle, very heavy weights, and it's got power to both axles, both bogies anyway, so that's always good. And yeah, it just tells you all the bits there. On the other side, it tells you about running in, which is recommended an hour on either way. However, half hour will do. Curves, it runs best on second radius or greater, but it can run on first radius, which is always good. Body removal, it's basically if you get your nail, if you've got long enough nails, and just basically slowly pry off the body on one side and do the same on the other side while carefully removing it at the same time. It's a bit tricky at first, but if you use a splunger tool or whatever they're called, it does make it a bit more easier. It's basically just held on by clips. So that's not all that bad. Lubrication, basically, if it looks like it's a moving part, lubricate it. But and they'll tell you recommended of lubricants to use. DCC fitting, basically remove the body, remove the W decoder, then replace it with a DCC6 decoder, and then tells you how to line it all up. And then all the buffer beam parts, which you can see are just here. So yeah, they're not all that bad. But as always, I don't fit any of that because I don't like adding all that bits to myself. Anyway, let's see how much this weighs. In your hands, you can definitely tell it is heavy. It weighs an awful lot for a engine of this size. Considering it's only about 5-6 inches long. So, and it weighs in at 106.2 grams. So just go 106. That is an awful lot for a single locomotive. So that weighs the same as 4 Mark 1 coaches. So it should not have any issues pulling the test rake, which is only twice its own weight. Anyway, on to discussion of all the details. First of all, I said it does have pickups on both bogies, and it does also have traction to both bogies, so it doesn't have any issues pulling anything. In fact, it doesn't even have traction tires, so no need to worry there. Detail on the bottom is plain, but that's normal because you won't be looking down here. It does have NEM couplings on either bogie, so that's always good. Under frame detail, you do have a few things picked out, molded detail, but some of it is also painted, which always looks nice. You can get this in various other liveries. I think BR green, blue, and other various operators, which I don't know off the top of my head. So you can get it in a few other things. I think you can get it in a Pullman livery. I'm not entirely sure. A type of Pullman anyway. Anyway, the moulding detail is quite nice. It's clear. And it doesn't look out of place. So you've got a nice door there, which you can definitely feel is definitely there. You've got door handles picked out. These handrails are actually separately fitted from what I can tell. The steps and also the bottom of the door is also molded as well in a different texture and also painted. So it looks rather nice. Tamper printing is nice and crisp, so nothing looking blurred. You can just about read it, but obviously at this scale you can't read all that much. The windows you can see through, however these windows only view into the motor and you can't really see much otherwise. But if you take the body off, you can see just about through. Can I see through it? No. Let me just move my mic a bit closer. There we go. You do have cab detail, which is always nice to see. There's not really much you can. Well, it's nice to see, but you can't really see all that much again because of the scale. The window surrounds are painted black, which is a nice feature, and also you do have window wipers as well. Lights either end for directional. Like I said, the detail around the front is very exceptional. I'm not too sure if that's molded or separately fitted in parts. I do know these orange bits here are separately fitted, but that is an exquisite amount of detail for how small it is. If it's molded, that's a very good mold. But it might just be separately fitted moldings. Either way, it looks splendid. And detail on the bogies themselves are quite well nicely picked out as well. Just trying to think of what else. The roofs. Nearly forget what I'm doing. And the roofs look quite nice as well. I think these are actually separately fitted metallic grills. However, there's not actually a grill there. They're just stuck on. It still looks nice. Also different paint, separately coloured panels here just to help pick them out. And also a representation of the fan grills, which does look rather splendid too. And there's obviously riveting and things and all other lot where they should be. Anyway, let's stop drooling over the details and actually get it onto the turntable so you can see all the details of this lovely locomotive. And then I can tell you a bit more about the prototype, and then we can get it onto the layout and see how well it pulls the test rake, which I know, from what I can think of, it won't have any issues whatsoever. Anyway, let's go on to the turntable and I'll tell you a bit more about it, so see you in a sec. The British Rail Class 57 is a type of diesel locomotive that was remanufactured from Class 47s by Brush Traction of Loughborough between 1998 and 2004. The locomotives were fitted with refurbished EMD engine and a reconditioned alternator of the same model as those fitted to the Class 56 locomotives, improving reliability and performance. 3 variants exist, 1 for freight and 2 for passenger operations. These are costing £300,000, about 1/3 of that of a new built locomotive. Due to these locomotives being remanufactured, they're often referred to by enthusiasts as body snatchers or zombies. The class has its origins in 1997 when Freightliner ordered an initial 6 locomotives with a further 6 which were ordered in 1999, making a total of 12 Class 57-0 freight locomotives. 5 Class 57-6 variants were built between 2000 and 2003, and 12 Class 57-3 locomotives which were ordered in 2002, which was extended by 4 in 2003, thus making a total of 21 passenger units. 1 prototype 57-0 was converted with electric train heating in 2001, with a view to obtaining orders from passenger companies. The Class 57-3 rebuilds were to provide a fleet of locomotives for rescue duties and for drags on routes with no overhead wires, were ordered through Peterbrook in 2002, with first delivered in June 2002. These were operated by Virgin, which, in keeping with their Thunderbird duties, named them all after characters and vehicles from the Thunderbird television programs. All 33 Class 57 locomotives, originally rebuilt, were still in service today. Right, here we are with the Class 57 now on the layout. I've also got my test rake of 8 Mark 1 coaches, each one weighing 25 grams roughly, so this is 200 grams of coaches, which is about, well, just under actually, twice the weight of the Class 57 here, because it's a very beastly and heavy locomotive. Anyway, let's have a quick test of it with its slow speed. This is under DC, so just take that into account. But as you can see, it can go fairly slowly before it starts stalling. And in reverse. Pretty much the same thing. Just make sure 40 with my third rail. It's a bit awkward trying to get locomotives onto my track these days. So anyway, also to mention the rough price. It's not available anymore directly from retailers that I know of. Well, when I've checked Hatton's and Wells and Sheffield, but the rough price you can get it is probably about 110, 120. So do take that into do expect something about that price when you look for one of these. I think the Network Rail Yellow is actually the cheaper one, so you might be able to get that just under 100. But anyway, let's see it going at a good speed, if I can get it the right way around. So here we go. I think I need to clean that back there as well, but still, with this very wide wheelbase, it can go through pretty much anything really. Do it once more a bit faster. Yeah, I need to clean the track as always. There we go. Now let's get it onto the outside track. And as always, trying to do this with one hand is a bit awkward. I think I may have done it. So, yeah, that seems to be right. Anyway, let's get the coaches all lined up nicely. So, like I said, this is 8 Mark 1 coaches. Each one of them roughly 25 grams. So this is roughly 2 times the weight of the Class 57. So let's just link it all up. And that was a very nice, solid, maybe not as solid as I thought. There we go. Coupling's always a bit awkward. And it has absolutely no issues pulling that at all. Even up the very slight incline, which it doesn't seem to notice. The only thing it does seem to notice is my dirty track. There we go. I'll bring it to a stop in a moment. Okay. Right. Also, just to mention about liveries, I think you can't actually get this in BR green, because then it would have been a Class 47. So, yeah, no BR green. But you can get it in various other liveries. I think there's Virgin, Freightliner, sorry, which would have been the original livery of these, and a few others which I don't quite recognise, but that's mainly because I prefer Steam. So yeah, it's a rather nice diesel. It's a fairly large diesel, so it's probably not suited for small layouts, but to be honest, what engages small layouts anyway. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. It's got an awful lot of power. I said I'm quite sure I could double up these coaches and it would probably not even bat an eyelid. But I do have enough coaches, but I probably shouldn't run that many coaches. But yeah, I'm quite happy with it. I said the rough price which I've been able to find is about 110, 120. So if you find anything like that, that's roughly expected. If you find it cheaper, no, you found yourself a bargain. But yeah, very happy with it. Do let me know what you think of it in the comments. If you did like the, by the way, if you did like the review, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you didn't like it, well, hope you enjoyed it anyway. But I think that's pretty much it, really. Can't really add more, because like I said, I'm happy with it. Just don't get to run around as often as I want to, but yeah, do let me know what you think of it, and yeah, I'm gonna have a rest for a bit. Anyway, hope you all have a lovely day, and yeah, I'll send this all off in its way. So yeah. Just mention, it does run very quietly. As you can tell, the noise is mostly of the coaches, but yeah, very silent, runs well, and you can get it at a reasonable price. Yeah, I should probably add that earlier, but never mind. Anyway, I'll finish up and go. Yeah, actually work out if I should do a script for this bit. So yeah. Anyway, take care, everyone. See you again next time.